I feel like everyone that has played a Pokemon game at one point has told himself or herself, maybe I could design a very cool Pokemon on my own. Wait, you're wondering who I am? Yes, it is me, Ovi, and wow, it's been like a month since my last upload. I won't bore you with lame excuses, but let's just say I feel inspired today. So just like Moltres, I have returned from the ashes. No pun intended. But let's get back on track. As you know, everyone is curious as to what Game Freak will bring next in any of their upcoming Pokemon games. Most of us already know that the next Pokemon game will be on the Switch, and many would agree that it will perhaps be Generation 8. So before those games come out, I want to present to you my video on if I could design a Pokemon for Generation 8. Roll that intro. The way I see it, we have a couple of choices. We can start from scratch and build a brand new Pokemon that stands on its own, or we can build upon what's already in the games. For that reason, I wanted to create a counterpart to Mandibuzz, the dark flying Pokemon introduced back in Generation 5. As you can tell, it is based on a vulture, but what struck me odd is that both Volibee and Mandibuzz are all female Pokemon only. I'm sure you know where I'm going with this, so let's create an all-male vulture Pokemon. Pokemon can be based on mythical creatures, sometimes just an object, or in my case a reference to a real-life animal. But unlike Pidgey that is just a bird, I'm going to be choosing a better bird. I present to you the majestic bearded vulture. If you have never heard of them, you're in for a treat because I feel this vulture as a Pokemon is the perfect counterpart to Mandibuzz. The bearded vulture is an old-world bird of prey found in southern Europe, parts of Asia, and Africa. It got its name from the peculiar set of feathers under its beak that, well, it looks like a beard. So you can agree with me that this is a very manly looking bird, and that is why turning it into an all-male Pokemon, well, makes sense to me. But there is another fact that goes beyond that. The bearded vulture are the only type of vultures whose main diet consists of eating just bones. I found this to be very cool because both Mandibuzz and Volibee wear bones, which gave me a great idea for a Pokédex entry. Well, now that you have a basic understanding of the Pokemon I would love to create for Generation 8, let's take a look at what this Pokemon would look like. I've commissioned Really Dark and Windy to make a design for us to help us visualize this Pokemon, so big thanks to him. So just like Mandibuzz, my Pokemon will be composed of 2 stages, its cute little form and 1 majestic evolution. So I present to you first, wait, hold on a second, a quick disclaimer, I am terrible with the names so you can laugh if you want. Volti! Just like Volibee, this Pokemon is dark flying. I have decided to give it the ability Early Bird, which makes it able to wake up faster from sleep. And as far as stats, since I'm horrible with them, I'm going to play it safe and go with the trend of being opposite of Mandibuzz. What I mean by that is simple. Volibee, its counterpart, has a total base of 370, but notice how its defense is the highest stat at 75 base and only 55 attack. For Volti, I will be reversing those and his stats will look like this. 70 HP, 75 attack, 55 defense, 65 special attack, 45 special defense, and 60 speed. Basically an offense Pokemon. Its name is a combination of Vulture and Goatee. A Pokédex entry for my Pokemon could be something like, quote, it has a huge appetite for bones. Cubone and Marowak hide at the sight of this cute but vicious Pokemon, end quote. With our cute little body out of the way, let's move on to the main course, which would evolve at level 54. Barbaros. Yeah, I know the name sounds weird, but believe me, it has some meaning. It's a play of a few words. First is Barba, which means beard. The word Barbaro translates to barbarian, and the reason I added an S at the end is because the word os is bone in Latin. A bearded bone barbarian would be an accurate description. Again, this Pokemon would be dark flying, with its stats being reverse of Mandibuzz. 110 HP, 105 attack, 65 defense, 95 special attack, 55 special defense, and 80 speed. I asked for some feedback on Twitter, and Bookworm Artist had a cool idea for a new ability. He says, quote, dark flying, I think it should be a sweeper type with good attack and speed, but not the best defenses. It should have a new ability called Scavenger. Basically, if a Pokemon on the opponent team dies, it gets ×2 stat raise for all its stats. I really like the name Scavenger and the ability, however, ×2 on all stats seems OP. I don't know, I'm not an expert. So I would change it to ×1 speed and ×1 attack. A Pokédex entry for this Pokemon could be, quote, this Pokemon's beak has enough force to crush bones with ease. Mandibuzz wears bones in order to attract Barbaros to her nest, end quote. Finally, I would give Barbaros a signature move known as Bone Shredder, a pure dark move with 15 PP, 100 power, and 90% accuracy. This is my first time making a video like this, so if I made an obvious mistake, apologies in advance. Overall, I feel that Volti and Barbaros could make a great addition to Generation 8. But let's get real here, we know that's never gonna happen. Regardless, it would be cool if Game Freak decided to make a counterpart to Mandibuzz. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and let me know what Pokemon you would make for Generation 8. Heck, maybe even make a video about it. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, Pokemon fans.